Yo, what's up, guys? Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Um, let's see what's in store today, guys. We will see what is in store today. So, if you guys look at the hourly chart, okay, we are technically inversing or close to inversing this hourly fair value gap right here. Once that happens, we will probably go higher. I told you guys already, but there are a ton of equal highs that are resting up here. And I think these are going to be the targets for today. So what we'll probably do is we'll still be patient and we'll try and wait for some kind of a setup that forms up to those equal highs. On the 4 hour, let me see here. We have technically closed, actually we haven't closed above the 4 hour yet, but we're getting there and we have targeted the first set of equal highs. So I'd really love to see some kind of a setup that forms to take us up to the next sets of equal highs. We have quite a few here. Okay, so there's market open. Yo, what's up, Kay? Good morning. So I just explained to you guys we have tons of equal highs here, and I want to see the market target these today. We already hit the first set, but I think the next set will come as well. Nothing A plus that I see yet. Again, we're in the 4 hour chart. We're in the hourly gap and the 4 hour gap, right? The hourly gap comes from this level right here. We traded down into this new week opening gap. I think this is going to push us higher here at open. But I'd like to wait before taking a setup, to be honest, personally. But if we can close above this 1 minute gap, we should go higher up to these equal highs and then up to the next set as well. So there's the first. Unfortunately, there's no entry here, guys, but you can see that these equal highs are probably all going to hit here. Wow. But you can see a wild move happening here. Sheesh. Look at this move, guys.
Order filled.
Whoops. So I have an eval account that I just entered a short on, and I didn't realize that it was a 50K account. I was on NQ. So I immediately just got liquidated for the day on one of my eval accounts. Well, that's all right. All right, so there's all the equal highs, guys. Unfortunately, I was not able to enter anything there. It is what it is, but big push up here. And there's even more equal highs. But you guys can see there was obviously no entry anywhere for anything. Tesla is pumping too. Let me see what crypto is doing right now. Damn. Yeah, unfortunately, guys, I didn't get liquidated on the whole eval. I got liquidated on 150 bucks. Let's see what Bitcoin is doing. Bitcoin's at 104. Oh, we hit a new high and we're dumping. Do you guys see that? We hit the high, so we passed 108,000, it looks like. Oh, that's still from the other day. Sorry, never mind. We have not hit a new all-time high, but we did hit the all-time high and rejected, which is very interesting. Well, yeah. I don't know what's going to happen from here, guys. I mean, we could easily reject at this point and then come down and then take these next sets of equal highs out later. But my guess is that we are going to come up to the next internal buy side, which is here and here at some point soon. And the interesting part about this set of equal highs is that it's actually not at an internal high. So it's right below an internal buy side. So I actually like the idea of these hitting today or early soon. But we'd need to see some kind of a setup. Unfortunately, there was nothing. You can see here that in Asia and London, we had a huge move. Wow, how many points is that? So you have to be careful when this type of thing happens, obviously, but let me take the magnet tool off. We had a big gap up, but so far we've moved up 213 points. That's crazy. So normally when we have a pretty big expansion in Asia and London, there can be some manipulation in the New York session, especially in the AM session, so you guys have to be careful. I told you guys there was likely to be a big push higher here in the opening, like it was like an opening breakout kind of. And we could easily see this high get swept, but we'd need to see an A+ setup to take it, guys. You'd need to see an A+ setup. I told you guys there was probably going to be movement today. But would not be surprised if we come down and take this low out again or come close to this low and then go higher. But we could also obviously we could push out of this 1 minute for value gap. So we'll see what happens. Ooh, whoops. I clicked mute when I adjusted the mic. So this is a Top Step X account. I just got this yesterday, and I accidentally auto liquidated myself because I used 3NQ to take a trade instead of MNQ. Now, obviously, this would have been a win if it was MNQ, but regardless, this is the 30-second chart. I rarely use this. Yeah, thanks, guys. I appreciate you letting me know about the mic. But I just told you guys earlier, I hope that you could have heard me, that all these equal highs were going to hit. And then I think the next set of equal highs up here is going to hit as well. Now, the setup, there was nothing on the 1 minute. There was this beautiful 30-second setup, a little bit riskier because it was kind of small. But you can see that we closed above it right here. We took some sell side liquidity, and your stop to break even, your stop loss would have been a 30-second close back below the fair value gap. And now your stop should have been to break even when this high hit. And so you're probably going to get stopped out of the trade, but we'll see. I would have taken this trade with 3 micros on this account to try and get up to buy side. But you can see that we missed buy side just by a tick. If we look at ES, let's see if we had an SMT here. No SMT. And look at the, guys, look at ES. Look at the volume on this chart. You can see how computery this is. Look how like barcodey this is, okay? This is a type of chart you do not want to be trading. I know some people trade ES. This is the worst thing to trade. Look at this disgusting PA. So anyways, go back to the 30-second. So you guys can see here we tapped into the 30-second. No close below so far. So you might have gotten lucky. If you got in on the retrace, you may have not been stopped out here. But I honestly doubt it. I feel like most people would have gotten stopped out on this trade so far. Guys, make sure if you're in the stream, make sure to like it so that other people can see it. But especially, guys, when you are trading if you're trading something where you need to get to equal highs and you're very close to them, the 1 minute, if you notice, did not give any opportunities here. But the 30-second did give a decent opportunity. So look at the 1 minute on this chart as well. No fair value gaps formed in here. But the 30-second does give an opportunity to enter long. And so far, you haven't been stopped out if you got in on the retrace. You missed the stop out by a few ticks. You guys can hear me now, right? Just making sure. Testing, testing, testing. Say yes or type 1 if you guys can hear me. All right, good. So we still have not hit buy side, right? We have buy side liquidity right here. I think this is coming now. And I think, like I said, the equal highs are coming as well. So these are the same chart, guys. I'm just showing you one on the 30-second because it's offered on Top Step. And if you guys notice, I have the settings. Well, I'll show you guys after the buy side hits. And I think we're going to see quite a big pump after hitting this buy side. Because like I told you guys, we have equal highs on this chart as well. So let's see if we get it. Once we hit buy side, and I was looking at ES to see if there's an SMT. There's absolutely none. We're about to hit a macro time as well. What do you guys think? Should we do a 1-to-1 scalp here? There's no setup, but unfortunately, guys, I can't take a trade. But I think there's going to be a push up here to these equal highs right here. Also, we're in a macro time, so I think this is definitely going to be the pump. Not financial advice, but you guys can try it if you want. Let me put on some music. So if you really want, guys, you could try a 1-for-1 scalp here. I really don't advise it, but I'm pretty confident that these equal highs are going to hit now. Let me look at the 30-second chart. I mean, maybe we come down and test this 30-second gap and then go higher. I'm not sure, but I think they're going to hit. And here it comes. And I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, guys, if we push higher. I told you guys, we have a new week opening gap above. And we have buy-side liquidity. So now that the hourly looks very likely to close above this gap, we also have a little 4-hour gap right here that we're probably going to close above. At 10, let me see what time is it now, Eastern. Yeah, so we pretty much have less than 10 minutes until we get the 4-hour and the hourly close above where they need to close. And once that happens, this should be a bullish move all the way up to equal highs, probably buy side here, here, and here. But that new week opening gap, I think, is coming. Just missed the equal highs. I don't know, guys. We might get a setup here. Maybe. I doubt it, but it's possible. And we're about to hit it. And there it is. Oh, do we touch them and reject? Or did we hit them by a tick? Oh, we did sweep them by a tick, guys. So the equal highs did just hit. But I still do think this is going higher. I would not be surprised to see a big pump here. Would not be surprised, but again, guys, there's no setup. I hope you guys learned something from that 30-second I just showed you. But you can see here that we swept internal sell side. We had a 30-second IFEG close above. That's the entry. Some people would have gotten stop to break even here. And now it's just running. So I think it's going to go much higher here. Look at that pump. And again, guys, where does this black line come from here? It is the hourly buy side. So we have more buy side here. So I'll label that. And then the final buy side is up here. I'll label that in blue. So basically the only thing that can happen here, guys, is that we get some kind of a... Oh, did I just delete my macro times? Ugh, it's so annoying. Hold on, guys. Let me copy this. Sometimes I delete things off my chart accidentally. But basically what we're looking for, guys, is some kind of a setup up to these highs here. That's the only thing that will that we can really get here, unfortunately, but did anybody take anything? There really was nothing. I mean, there was the 30-second, guys, if you trust those charts, but I mean, we gapped up in the Asia session right here, but there was really nothing that came out of that. It was just a slow grind up all night. And I don't see anything that was really, really A+. I mean, there were quite a few IFVGs, don't get me wrong, but like nothing that really was like, wow. But you can see that we're just pumping here, guys. No entry on anything. If you guys are really feeling frisky, and then again, I do not recommend this because you want to be disciplined and you want to take A+ setups, but I would not be surprised if these highs hit. So if you have an amount that you're willing to risk with a 1-to-1 trade, you can try it. But again, I don't take that stuff because there is no setup. I need a back-tested model to be able to click the button. Because one thing I know is that these markets are extremely tricky. And yeah. You have to, even if you believe something's going to hit for sure, you have to be super careful. But it's very nice to see all these equal highs that I was calling from weeks and weeks ago get hit finally. So if we get lucky, guys, and we get some kind of a beautiful 1-minute setup, or even a 30-second, I'll point it out on the 30-second if we get it. But for now, we could see a complete retrace, maybe a trade into a 3-minute fair value gap, or maybe even a 5-minute, I don't know. Maybe down here, and then get an entry. So there's a tiny 5-minute right here that we could trade back into. And then maybe we get a nice 1-minute from there, I don't know. Wow, but guys, very beautiful on our long-term positions that we've been adding, N phase and AMD. N phase is, I mean, ASML and AMD, sorry. Both pushing very nicely. The Nike position that I've been adding is now finally up pretty big, so I'm happy about that. Wow, did anybody else, when I called, I mean, I've called them in the live streams, but in the Discord community also, has anyone added ASML, AMD, or Nike to their long-term portfolios? Guys, so hopefully we get a setup. I'm hoping we get something that we can try up to the new week opening gap. At minimum to the new week opening gap. So what I would probably do is take a partial here. Right? Because if we could reject from the new week opening gap. Maybe a tick below it. So if we buy like 2 contracts, we will sell one here, and then I'll sell the other one up here. But let's see what setups we get. Does anyone here even have a long-term portfolio, or are you all just day traders? So guys, I'm basically looking for a retrace here, either to this fair value gap or this fair value gap. Once that happens, then we can maybe look for a long, but again, if there's no setup, there's no setup. I'm also looking at the 30-second chart, guys, here. So if we get something there, I'll let you know too. So if you, that's a really cool thing about Top Step X I didn't realize. First of all, you can set a max amount of trades, so you guys can see here that for this account, my max personal daily risk is $150, and I get one trade. I love the idea of being able to lock yourself out of an account after one trade. That's what I do on all my other accounts, obviously manually, but to have a computer do it for you so that you literally can't do anything else is excellent. And the reason I got locked out today, again, for those of you who don't know, I accidentally took, oh, look at this dump. I accidentally took NQ contracts instead of MNQ. It's the first time I used Top Step and I completely forgot to change it. So yeah. Okay, so we're getting this random dump, right? A lot of people that want to get this buy side liquidity. How would you lock yourself out of Apex? Discipline. For Apex, there is a max daily loss. So I set the account for 50Ks to, I believe, $200. Because you get a little bit more trailing drawdown on that account. But after 1 or 2 trades maximum, I lock myself out of the account. Assuming that the daily loss doesn't already hit. But normally I'm trading with enough size where it's one trade that basically hits max loss to make max gain of like $600 to risk 200. So you can see here that this drop did create this wick. And the wick did create equal lows. So what I'm hoping to see, you can see these equal lows. Whoops. In red here, they're perfect. So what I'd love to see is the market to come down and sweep them before hitting this buy side, and then maybe get some kind of a setup. So what I'm hoping to see here is some kind of a manipulation move above this high, induce traders to go long, take it down, and then get the inverse from here to go higher. So I want to see an inverse for value gap set up somewhere here, ideally. Oh, let's go, Zach. Congratulations. Did you use that opening range breakout you were talking about? Or did you use an ICT concept to pass it? Yeah, I appreciate you guys letting me know about Top Step X. I've heard of Top Step, and I know that they're good. But I did not know that they had these new eval accounts where you can set max daily trades. That is amazing. So for anybody who is new to prop firms, guys, they're a little bit more expensive for Top Step. But you can literally set max risks, personal daily loss limits, and trade limits. So if I were you, I would set your trade limits to 1 trade per day. And if you're on a 50K account, because you only get a $2,000 drawdown, I would risk $150 max per day. And it will automatically lock you out of the account. It's such a good feature for new traders, for sure. But even for somebody like me, it's just so nice to have a computer that can just lock you out. Now, I don't need it, but it's something nice to have. It's always a pleasure to be able to have a computer tell you what you can and can't do. It eliminates a lot of the guesswork out of trading, and also eliminates a lot of emotions out of trading. Because you know that you can only click the button once, so because of that, Jose says, wow, I'm down 2,200 on a 50K. Oh no, bro. That's alright. It's an eval, right? Zach shorted oil this morning off an ICT concept, one of my favorite, and made $1,000. Congrats, bro. So again, guys, we have equal lows here. Once these trade into, we also will be touching that 5-minute gap I told you about. I'd love to see that happen here and then get a short from there. I mean, get a long from there. So there is a tiny 1 minute IFEG long here, but I really don't like it personally. So you guys can see here too, we do have a 30-second long that's forming right now. But why don't I like this? See if anybody can guess why this 30-second doesn't look A+ to me. Doesn't mean it's not going to work, but why am I not itching to take this right now? Three pass. I only got $200 left. How should I go about this? That's up to you, Jose. I would wait for an A+ setup. Like anyway, guys, just because you have a certain amount of money left in an account doesn't mean you should be trading obnoxiously. Now, if it was a gamble eval and you're just trying to pass it, I mean, you can try full porting something, but you're probably going to get stopped out. You're going to get a max loss. So that's the problem. When you get that low, the odds of you climbing out of the hole are slim to none. But anyways, guys, what is the reason that I'm not itching to take this 1 minute fair value gap, or this 30-second fair value gap long? Could it work? Absolutely. But why am I not itching to take it? See if anybody can guess. Anybody? Why am I not itching to take this 30-second long? Come on, somebody give me an answer. Or I'm going to end the stream. Come on, guys. No direction to the upside? Nope, that's not why. Too close to buy side? Nope. I mean, that's good. That's obviously true, but there's another reason. Come on, guys. I drew it on the chart. Nope. Nothing to do with wicks and bodies. I drew the answer on the chart. It's really obvious. Didn't sweep that low side or close below the line you drew. Needs to take liquidity low. Correct. And specifically, guys, I don't care if there's liquidity down here, but if there's perfect equal lows, especially, that ends up being an obvious target. So I would not be surprised right now if we go down here to these perfect equal lows and then go higher. That's what I'd love to see. And then get a setup from this 5 minute. It's also an unbalanced 5 minute FEG. So that's what I'd really like to see here. If we can get that, then I'll take something on a cash account most likely. If we get a really good setup. Good job, guys. So whenever you see perfect equal lows, just like I love perfect equal highs, perfect equal lows have the same magnet for price. So I treat them both equally. So maybe what happens, unfortunately, is that we go up first and we miss them. But I would love to see this happen. Because if we leave liquidity up here and we come down and trade to these equal lows, that will be an awesome setup. And I'm paying attention to the 30-second chart here to see if we form some kind of an IFEG. So look at the 30-second chart. I'm basically waiting to see if an IFEG forms here. It doesn't have to, but we just swept buy side. So I'd hope that this is the high and that it takes us down to the equal lows. Again, guys, I'm just transferring from the 1 minute to the 30-second chart. Yeah, so no fair value gaps forming on the 30-second chart either that are obvious enough. That this is the area. If we're going to reject here, this is where I want to see it. Take us down to the equal lows and then get a setup from there. And if not, maybe we get these, we save these equal lows for another time. I don't know, but all about patience, guys, and waiting for something that's good. And I can't tell you how many times everyone gets this feeling that you're never going to get the setup that you're looking for, and you wait patiently enough and you get it. You guys know that's happened time and time and time again on these lives. So if I miss the upside trade, okay, I'm not going to cry about it because I mean, there should be a good downside trade afterwards. Maybe after we sweep this buy side, we'll see. But in one way or another, we should get an A+ setup. So if this low gets swept, guys, I'm very inclined to believe that these equal lows will come. Okay, so if you guys are interested in shorting, I'll do this for fun, just to show you guys. Let's see if I get stopped on this. Well, there was a stop out. But I would not be surprised again, guys, to see these lows come here. There was a 30-second short there, but not A+. Let me look at the 2-minute chart quick. 3-minute. Yeah, I mean, this might just go all the way up to the highs first. I don't know. But there's no setup here to take any shorts. That was literally just a pure candle of faith. There was nothing there, though. Wow, AMD is pushing like crazy. Love, love, love to see this low get swept. Perfect equal lows. If we can get something in here, guys, this will be the trade that I will take. But if we don't, and we take this buy-side liquidity first, maybe this liquidity up here, then I will look for an A+ short down to these equal lows. If we get it, great. If we don't, we don't. But oh, there's guys doing patios. I was like, what are these voices outside my house? I have people doing installing a patio roof at my house today. My dog started barking, and all of a sudden I hear dudes' voices. I was like, what the hell is that? Would you guys maybe have witnessed a live robbery on live stream? Come on, guys. Let's get a setup. Wow, and my Nike position is pushing too. That's crazy. Let's pull up on the Bitcoin chart. NKE. You guys can see where I added Nike. All of us were adding, I mean, all of us. The people that are in the Discord that have this position, we're adding all in this general pocket right here. And we're getting huge pushes now, which I'm very happy to see. Can something happen, please? Let's take out this sell side liquidity. Okay, so on the 30-second chart, guys, you can see here now that we've closed below these two 1-minute fair value gaps. This low should be coming. Stop to break even at that low, then to the equal lows if you want a short. But again, guys, I already stupidly took a short here without waiting for confirmation. So I'm not going to take this leg of price again. But in theory, your stop should have been to break even here. And now you can see that we're driving all the way back up without sweeping the lows. So we'll see what happens here. We'll see. I would just love to see these get swept and then to get our long. That's it. Okay, I like the way this is looking. Guys, again, be patient. Be patient and wait for a setup. So what I'm looking for here again, guys, is pretty much what I drew almost exactly. Look at where the high was. I'm expecting a manipulation move down to sweep lows, stop out traders who are long, and then to get the long setup. So currently we're bullish, so the play when you see sell side or equal lows is to see a break of that line, retest, and then enter a long. Not really retesting. So if you can call the concepts whatever you want, but I'm looking for an inverse fair value gap setup. So I want to see the liquidity get swept to the downside, stop out traders, and then I want to see some kind of a fair value gap form here in this leg of price. I want to see a close above it, then a trade back into it. It doesn't have to trade back into it. We could literally just go like this. But I want to see some kind of a body candle close above the fair value gap to go long. If you want to call it a break or a retest, fine. But the issue with calling it a break or a retest is that if there's some kind of a set of price where there's a break and retest, but there's no fair value gaps, then there's nothing for me to take. I need to see the leg of price create a manipulation and form a gap. So a fair value gap gives me indication of whether or not the price action is going to be clean to the upside. So a lot of people don't understand that, but I'm looking for a fair value gap to get closed above, not just a break and a retest, because that can be anything. I need to see how the candles look. It's not just about this pattern. It's about how the candles close. Hope that makes sense, guys. And again, is this a prediction? Am I saying this is how the market's going to move? No, but this is how I would love to see it play out. You guys can see here on the 30-second chart, we have this 1 minute fair value gap here that's holding up price right now. If we can close below this, you can try a short down if you want, but again, pretty risky. So let's study this, guys, and see if it works. Waiting for a 30-second candle to close below this fair value gap. So far, we're getting a bullish reaction out of it, obviously. We have a lot of low resistance liquidity here, right? This trend line that's forming. So I'm hoping that they hold this, close it below the 30 seconds, sweep liquidity, and then go higher. I mean, if we break out, fine, but I'd love to just see this hold. 30-second close below here, short, down to equal lows. Let's see. Okay, so let's see if when does the close happen here. There's the close. So this should be a short, guys. Stop loss would be a 30-second close back above the fair value gap. And stop the break even at these lows right here. Okay, so we just closed back above the 30-second, so technically this would be a stop out. Again, guys, I don't really trade the 30-second ever, but I'm just showing you guys how price would deliver here. But if I was taking this short, I would put my stop above the body of this candle right here. So we're still forming all this trend line liquidity, guys. Again, if you were in that 30-second short, this would be your stop out. I did not take that. But this looks like it's going to be a breakout here. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But only trade that I'll be taking here, guys, again, this is how patience and discipline comes into play. I'm only going to take a trade if we sweep this low and then get the IFVG setup that I explained. And look how there's no fair value gaps here forming on the 1 minute, nor are there any fair value gaps forming on the 30-second, like very few in this leg. So that tells me that one of two things is going to happen. Either, obviously, we're just going to completely pump through this trend line, but more likely is that we're going to manipulate to the downside. That's my view on things. How's ES doing right now? Wow, look at ES pumping too. Do you guys understand what I talk about though when I say like algorithmic price action, or this is like there's no volume here? Look at how these look so computerized. There's no volume on these candles. This is all garbage. That's why I trade NQ. It's way better. Wow, classic break and retest of the trend line. You see that? Came up, came down, and now we're pumping. So if we get a pump here, whoop-de-doo. But we'll have to just wait. Well, guys, looks like we're probably not going to get that. So what we'll probably have to wait for is a sweep of buy side and then look for a short. Do you guys really want to try a long? I mean, you can try this, but yeah, so far we're wicking, so I don't know. Yeah, guys, this is just such a tough spot to be in because either one of two things is going to play out. So I just don't, I'm not interested in being part of this. Looking like a reversal, too many wicks. That doesn't really matter to me. Looks like we're coming up to this new week opening gap. Yeah, guys, this is where it's very hard to be disciplined, right? We have all these wicks here. We have a trend line break. Everything seems like we're going up. We have a new week opening gap where this red line is labeled up here. So I really would love to take longs, but I just can't. You know, it's tough to say that, but sometimes you have to watch price go without you. And I know that's hard to do, but that's part of being disciplined, okay? What I thought was going to happen did not play out. Does that mean I lost money on it? No. But it also means that, you know, I can't take a setup if what I expect to see is not working. I want, like, the market moves cleanly when liquidity is taken. Sometimes it moves cleanly without it, but your best setups are going to come after liquidity is taken. We are super bullish today, so again, we could just pump here, but if I wasn't disciplined and I just took trades whenever, yes, on days like this, maybe I'll make money, but most of the time I won't. Most of the time the market manipulates and you lose money. So you have to be patient and wait for the setup that is actually going to make you money. I can't stress that enough. I wish I could stress it more. And some of you that are new might not even, what I'm saying is just like blowing right past you. But I'm telling you guys right now, most of the time, if you chase price, you end up losing money. So if you look at the 30-second chart, again, I'm not saying that this is going to reverse here, but it's possible. We just swept this internal high by a tick, and now we're rejecting. There's no fair value gaps in here, so I can't even look for a short, but do not be surprised if we come down to these lows. Only after these lows are swept will I will look for my long. And if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. So we're about to enter a macro time too, guys, at 10:50. Amazing that they would deliver the market so close and create equal lows and then not take them. We'll see if it does, but guys, if this happens, I'm telling you, there's going to be such a good setup that forms up to these highs, it's going to be wild. I like this. Like this price action. Just want to see strong red candles hold here. I want to see the bodies hold, right? I don't want to see wicks. Okay, very big push there. Again, guys, the new week opening gap is probably getting hit here. Unfortunately, I was incorrect about how price action would deliver to these, but again, that's fine. I'm not here to be the market guru. I'm here to try and get a setup that works for me. And this is what I was looking for. So I would not be surprised, again, guys, if we just push here up to buy side. Is there a setup for me to take? No. So we have to watch. Oh. Telling you guys, but this market is actually incredible how wild it can be. So, I mean, you can never put it past the market to do something when you least expect it. But again, guys, that's why I have to wait for my model, because no matter what I believe, if I'm not taking a setup that is repeatable, that is back-tested, then I have nothing, and you're not going to be profitable. It's so simple. Like, it's easy to get lost intraday while you're looking at the candles, but the reality is that that's what you have to do. And then when you look back at your trades for the day, you're going to be shocked at what you did or didn't do. You're going to be like, why did I take that trade? That was so stupid. It's happened to me too many times to count. So we did just take buy side here. So if we miraculously get a 1 minute close below this fair value gap, would not be surprised to see these equal lows finally, but we'll see. Maybe we get a tap of the new week opening gap and then it happens before buy side, because these are very obvious sets of buy side here, right? A lot of people have their take profits at these highs, so who knows? Maybe we'll get some kind of a manipulation move down. So you can see where the new week opening gap is here. If you guys don't have these on your charts, by the way, new week opening gaps are so key. This is the name, new week opening gap, new day opening gap by Kryptonite, and I used the last 20. They're pretty much a magnet for price. Price often delivers into them. You can see here that early in the morning, we bounced out of a new week opening gap to go higher. And often the target is the next new week opening gap. The only setup we had today was the 30-second. Only setup the whole day. Bro, imagine if we hold this and we close below this fair value gap and just dump all the way down to sell side. That would be crazy. Whoo! So 1 minute fair value gap here that we're about to close below. Again, it's very small, so I wouldn't put any weight on this really, personally. But pay attention to what happens here after this closes. We got... okay, so we just closed, but we did not close above below it, so... Is anybody in any trades right now? $30-second chart also has a fair value gap here. Let's see what happens when the 30-second closes below. If it does. Right now we're holding it. Wouldn't be surprised to see this be the move that brings us higher, but we'll see. Hey guys, where would you say is the best place to start learning how to trade? I'm watching TJR. Wow, dude, that guy's crazy. TJR is a beast. I think he's really funny. But he trades a lot of meme coins, and he actually trades a very similar model to me when he trades NQ and futures. He trades ICT, and I believe he also trades inversion fair value gaps. So you should watch him. He's actually pretty good. But that guy made millions of dollars off of meme coins when crypto was like first getting started, apparently. This is what he claims. And he has like a penthouse in Miami and all kinds of crazy things. If you like his style, I think he trades decently, but I don't think his win rate is as high as me. Even though obviously he has a lot more followers than me, but he also trades ICT. So I don't watch him personally, but I've heard he's decent. But anyone else can give him their input as well. Should we scalp to the new week opening gap? Guys, do not take this trade. There is no setup here. This is a paper trade. Paper trading. There is no setup here, guys. No model. TP Gracer, what do you use ICT concepts? What do you do? Javier says another bad day. Why a bad day, Javier? Did you lose yesterday? I thought you got like an $800 win or something, or was that not you? Javier, didn't you win yesterday, bro? Haven't placed a trade yet. All I see are wicks. It's crazy, guys. I thought you won yesterday. Who was telling me they won like 800 bucks? By the way, guys, if I take a trade, I will tell you if it's a live trade. That was literally just a stupid scalp to a new week opening gap, but that was not a real, there was no setup there. I'll tell you guys if I'm taking a trade on a cash account. This is all paper. You guys, I can't, I don't know why, but the screen is cutting it off, but it says paper trading down here. Just letting you know. Zach Brooks said that was me. There was somebody else though, Zach. I know you made money, but there was somebody else in yesterday's chat that said they made like 800 bucks or something. Guys, I'm sorry. I apologize for taking that scalp, but if I tell you it's a cash account trade, then you'll know that personally I'm taking it on a cash account. I can't tell you guys what to do, but do you guys see how there was zero setup here? Zero. There was nothing here. I'll tell you if there's an A+ setup. There was no IFEG. There's nothing here. Might have been Jose. Yeah, it could have been Jose. But I don't think it was Jose because Jose DM'd me or he sent me a message somehow yesterday. And said he didn't take any trades. I'll be back tomorrow. So I'm not sure. So happy to see my AMD pushing. Look at this Nike position, guys. All of this was added. All of my alerts in the Discord. I'll even show you guys. If you go to the Discord under the long-term ads section, the last one we had was Nike. I even said yesterday, Nike with some big pine pressure today. Don't want to jinx anything, but I could see this being the start of a bigger move higher. And look what happened today. Look at these moves. But if you look at Nike, Occidental Petroleum, ASML, Enphase, where was my Nike position? Or was it under my swing trades? Here. Sorry, guys. It was a swing trade. And this was when Nike was trading at $71 and something cents. And now we are all the way up at almost 74. So, anyways, I'm not here to show you guys that. We're here to trade, right? Javier, it forms FEGs, but they all get wicked out. Yeah, that's what happens on a day like today, I guess. But this looks like, to me, it's going to go higher up to the new week opening gap at minimum. Told you guys, they're like a magnet for price. But yeah, guys, this is the day where I haven't taken a single real trade. This is all paper trading. Woo! There's nothing that is formed for me, guys. There was a 30-second long. I don't trade the 30-second chart. We went up to equal highs, and it is what it is. I told you guys right at market open, we're probably just going to pump. And we did. Imagine if we now get the dump down to sell side. That would be so cool. If we got the sell side move, guys, then I will take something on my real accounts. So let's see what happens when this 1 minute closes below. There's the close below. Technically, in theory, this is a short. Would I short this? No, there's way too much buy side above us. But I think this low, and this low are coming. I just pinned the my X account if you guys want to follow me on X. And if you want to join the community, you're welcome to. There's a 3-day trial going on. But anyways, guys, I think this is going to dump us now that we've inversed this 1 minute. Likely, we're going to all three of these sell sides, this sell side, and hopefully sell side liquidity here. After this gets swept, this is where I will look for my A+ long on a live account. If we get it. If we don't get it, there's no setup. So we came down and we didn't even touch this wick, which is wild, but Nike crossing 69.08. 69.08? Why is Nike saying that? Why am I getting an... Oh, NEE, not Nike. Sorry, never mind. Let me take a look at this quick, guys. Hold on 1 second. Ooh. Wow. Okay, this might be my next long-term ad. We will see. But if I decide to add this, I'm going to... I'll alert the Discord, obviously. Senyo Bird, Sen0 Beard says, what if it blows through sell side? If it does, it blows through. Doesn't matter to me. Guys, you have to understand. I've said this already, and for those of you guys that are maybe new to ICT, you have to understand what entails confirmation for me for a trade, okay? If we just dump here and we just completely collapse, there's no confirmation for my trade. So there's no entry. What I'm looking for is a sweep of sell side liquidity. I want to see a bullish bounce out of this 5-minute fair value gap. I know you can't see it's on the 5-minute chart because we're on the 1 minute. Then I want to see a close above a fair value gap. That's my entry, and I will take it to go long. If this setup does not happen, there is no trade for me. If we just blow past sell side liquidity and we never close above a fair value gap, there's no entry. So I'll just let it go down. I could care less what happens from there. It's possible that this was the start of a short and that we're going to go all the way back down to sell side down here. This low that formed at 9:30. So the 9:30 open. It's possible we do that. Am I going to be a market guru that tries to catch a whole move like that? Absolutely not. I can see here that we've closed above... We closed above a 4-hour fair value gap here. We've closed above all these bearish PD arrays. So it's very likely that price delivers higher. Official YouTube clips. How often do you go live? I try and go live almost every single day. I've told people this already, but I haven't decided yet how many subscribers I'm going to get before I move it private. But even if I move it private to the Discord, I still will at least live stream on YouTube twice a week. But I have to be fair to the people that are paying in the community. And so for that reason, a lot of the time I will be moving the streams to like private streaming. But for now, almost every single day, I live stream. Because I'm a lot newer on YouTube. I've been on X for quite a while, but on YouTube, I'm pretty new. But if you guys subscribe, you can, you'll see alerts for when I live trade. Just like click the, I think there's like a bell icon when you subscribe to somebody, and then if I go live in the morning, you'll get an alert. This really wasn't a bad short. Again, guys, I wouldn't short it. We have a new week opening gap right above and all this buy side liquidity. But what I am looking for here, again, guys, a sweep of sell side, the perfect equal lows. If you guys are new to ICT concepts, if the market forms perfect equal lows, look at this L right here, okay? This candle's low, 21,976. This candle's low, 21,976. Perfect. When you see that, the algorithms, if you don't believe it, the markets run on an algorithm. I know it's hard to believe. Buying and selling pressure is not as much of a thing as you think. But what likely happens, the market likes to deliver price below these lows, stop out traders who are long, and then they deliver the market to the opposite direction. It's a crazy concept, but you have to understand these markets are probably not the free markets you believe they are. And the algorithms are designed to generate liquidity. And how do they generate liquidity? They stop out traders. So big money has the opportunity to buy their stop losses. I hope that makes sense. Because for every person that buys in the market, there has to be a seller. And every seller that there is in the market, there has to be a buyer, vice versa. So the algorithms will deliver price to areas where people have their stop loss, force them to sell their positions, and big money is buying that position from them. And only after big money enters the market and there's enough liquidity in the market, that's how the market is able to deliver, or get the energy, if you want to call it, to deliver to where it needs to go. That's the theory behind ICT concepts. Whether you want to believe that or not is up to you. I'm not here to convince you, but I've studied his concepts for a long time, and the things that he says end up happening, and it's just so wild how he can predict it to a tick. Now, I'm not saying he's the best trader ever. He's profitable. That's all a debate. I know a lot of people have a lot of contradicting opinions on ICT, but there's no denying that these things work. When you see perfect equal highs and equal lows in the market, they're a magnet for price. So if I get what I expect, this is what I'm looking for. And only if I get that will I enter a trade. So at minimum, we should go here, right? This is where a lot of people's stop losses are, below this Wix low. Do we deliver to sell side? I hope so. But if we do, and we get an IFEG setup, this is where I will take my long. All right, there's the first set of sell side. Your entry, the rejection, or the retest? Okay, guys, do you guys understand what an IFEG is? Do you guys get what an IFEG is? My entry, if you understand what an IFEG is, and you'll see it if it plays out, my entry is a body close above the fair value gap. My stop loss on the trade will be a close back below it. So right now I'm expecting a retest of this 5-minute bullish fair value gap. And then I'd like to see a 1-minute IFEG form, and that will be my entry long. Once we close above the IFEG. It gives me a set stop and a take profit for my trades. So my take profit will probably be the new week opening gap. So it'll probably be around a 5-to-1 RR trade. Now guys, am I a market guru that knows exactly what's going to happen in the market? No. Do I win every single trade? No. Is it possible that I lose this trade? Yes. But I have good conviction in my model. And yeah, we'll see what happens. If what I expect to happen happens, great. I will take the trade. If not, a big whoop. It's one trade out of thousands. You guys have to think, like, you should be trading. This Top Step has actually a saying. They say trade for tomorrow, right? I don't care what happens with an individual trade. I trade with the same size almost every single trade. And if I win, I win. If I lose, I lose. But I know that my model has a high win rate. And yeah, so there's no need for me to cry if I lose, cry if I win, get excited if I win. Yeah, it's great to win, but the reality is that it's one of hundreds of thousands of trades over your career, so it doesn't really matter. No feelings. I mean, there's feelings. You know, if you win, it's hype. But listen, you can't get rid of feelings. But you have to just think of it like it's a numbers game. I've seen this setup play out time and time again. I've seen this work. I've seen it fail. But we'll see what happens. Sometimes we don't even get the sell side and we leave it. And then we inverse here. But if we get an inverse here, I'm not taking it because I want to see the liquidity get swept. So what I'm expecting to see here is these green candles are going to get completely smoked. So like this is to induce traders long, most likely, to take it down to the sell side. Am I right about that? Maybe, maybe not. But that's what I think is going to happen here. Do I lose money off of that prediction? No. That's just what I anticipate to happen. All right, guys, let's see what happens here. Technically, we did sweep sell side, and we are potentially inversing this gap. I hope this rejects. But if we close above this, you can try a long. It's not for me, though. My only long here is going to be if the equal lows are swept, and then we get a long setup. Cannot stress that enough. Do, 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 do. Okay, so no close above the 1 minute gap yet. If this doesn't take my sell side, that's going to be really annoying. I'm just looking at some previous models here, similar to what we're seeing today. See if I notice any patterns. Seno Bird. I'm trying to get into futures. I used to trade options. Is this setup TradingView and just linked to a prop firm? I'm not sure how this works. Wanted to get a paper trading account so I can. So this is what you're seeing right here, guys, is TradingView, and it is linked to prop firms. This right now you're seeing on the account is a paper trading account. My prop firm account is here on the side of my screen. I'm using Top Step now. But most of my money comes from cash accounts. So, wow, this is crazy, guys. But yeah, I can, if you DM me on X, Senbird, I can show you how to link it to a prop firm and stuff. There's videos on it too. You guys can look it up on YouTube. Man, so if this 1 minute inverses, guys, I'll look for a long up to the new week opening gap because it's obviously delivering price higher here. So if we get a 1 minute close above, I will take a long. Because the reason that I was expecting a delivery to the equal lows, but from what I'm seeing here, because we're disrespecting these bearish PD arrays, if we get a 1 minute close up here, I'll take a scalp up to here. Again, I'll hold it to the new week opening gap. It's not going to be the best RR trade, and I'm going to do it with 1 NQ. And this will be on a cash account. As long as the close is relatively low here. I don't want to see it like pump all the way. And then we have to see a close above, obviously, guys. Yeah, oh no. Centerbird, you have to have a chart. Yeah, I mean, once you get really good and you can like literally see setups in your head, I mean, that's one thing. But like, especially when you're new trying to practice trading, you need a chart. TradingView is free. To get live data, you have to pay. But you can practice with delayed data, I'm pretty sure. And if you go to, there's a section up here called paper trading. You can log into all your accounts, but this is a paper trading account. But again, guys, I trade on cash and funded accounts only. And then on, you know, when I'm on the screen, I'm showing you guys a paper account. But sometimes I'll trade on a Top Step or on a Apex. Just depends. If you guys are lucky on those days, I'll show you. But the goal of this channel is to educate. It's not for you guys to just copy signals. Now, I'm going to tell you guys when a trade is good enough for me to take on a cash account, but that should not just be your signal to enter a trade. You should have the confidence in that model to take it. And I've been trading inverse for value gaps for years, so for me, I know what I'm doing, and I know when a setup is good enough to take. Even if you follow me, and you're not confident in the model, you're not going to be able to size properly, right? You're not going to be able to know, like, I often will look at the 1 minute chart and I can see if it's time to exit a trade, like if we get a 1 minute inverse above an area. There's so many so many different situations when it comes to inverse for value gaps that you need to be confident in the model. It's not just relying on a signal. So like right now, I know if this 2 minute and 1 minute close above, it's very likely to be a good setup to the upside. But this rejection here, this 1 minute inverse, so we're rejecting a 1 minute fair value gap, and we're potentially closing below a 1 minute fair value gap here. So this looks like a decent short down to sell side. Maybe I'll try this with one contract. But we have so much time until this close, I can't take it yet. Now this looks really good to the downside, I'm not going to lie. This looks really good for a short. But again, guys, I have to wait for the candle close, and it doesn't look like we're going to get it here, so. What do you think? Should we try it with 1 NQ? So the whole thesis behind this trade, guys, we rejected a 1 minute fair value gap. We inversed a 1. This is the entry. Stop loss will be a close back above the fair value gap, but my take profit will be at these equal lows. And I'm actually going to move my stop on this trade a little bit lower because this is a pretty big stop. But in theory, this should work. I would not advise taking this, guys, personally, on a cash account. This is a paper trade, just to see if this 1 minute inverse works. But my trade on a cash account today will be down at the sell side liquidity, and it will be a long. I would not be surprised if this works, guys. Don't get me wrong, but it's not something I want to take on my cash account. I don't like taking these entries at super low candles. So if this low sweeps right now, Okay, if this sell side sweeps, I will move my stop to break even to make it a free trade. But what could easily happen here, guys, is we could trade back into the fair value gap. Right, this could come back into here and then we get a dump. But I would not be surprised to see this work. So if this low gets swept again, guys, I'll move my stop to break even too. One of the, if this low gets swept or this low gets swept, but if this low gets swept right now on this candle, I will move my stop to break even. And that's just an experience thing. Okay, so it looks like we're trading back into the one. Let's see if we even do it. I don't know. Okay, so there's a trade back into the one. We really want to see this reject right here. I don't want to see it come back and trade higher. So we're in the mean threshold pretty much of this gap. I do not want to see, whoops. Where's the 50% mark? I don't want to really see the market trade much higher than this 50%. The waiting sucks. Yeah. Guys, I told you, this is the setup I'm looking for. I want the downside move. Nothing here I'm trading is on a real account. I'm not going to be shorting on a bullish day like this. But if we get what I'm looking for, that's the setup. This is not a plus, but it's pretty good. We rejected from a 1 minute. We're inversing a 1 minute. We did technically sweep a low here, but I would like to see this low get swept as well. But we'll see what happens here. But you can see the market's delivering some pretty wonky PA. I mean, in theory, this should still work, right? We should reject from this 1 minute gap, but I'd rather have just seen this cleanly deliver. Again, if this low gets swept again, I will move my stop to break even. So what could happen here is we come up, maybe we wick into the 1 minute gap and then reject. But if we close back above this one, we'll probably go back up to the upside. So I just want that sell side to get swept already. Okay, so look at this 1 minute got closed back above, so that trade is invalidated. That is wild. It's just amazing to me that they're not delivering price down to the sell side. That was crazy. Did they just form perfect equal highs here? Wow. Guys, I'm telling you right now, the price action today is completely wild. This is the chances of this happening are very slim. When you reject from a 1 minute fair value gap very close to buy side, we reject inverse at 1 minute. This oftentimes will work all the way down to sell side. So the fact that they bring it back up, create equal highs, imagine if they dump it again here, that'd be ridiculous. But just the fact that this didn't cleanly deliver makes me even more hesitant to take anything on a cash account today. I mean, the market is always manipulated, but this is like heavy manipulation. So what I was looking for, guys, was a sweep of this low, like I said before, then the long setup. The fact that we came down, did this, now we're coming back up, I'm not taking this on a cash count anymore. What do I think is going to happen from here? I think this new week opening gap is going to get touched, but I'm not taking it on a cash count. I only would have taken this on a cash count if we got the sweep of these equal lows. Because this is like extra manipulation in my eyes. I can't tell you how many ICT traders probably just lost this trade and took it on a real account. We just swept this buy side by a tick. If they bring this down right now, that is going to be insane. We just closed above a 1 minute IFEG, so this in theory should be a long setup. We closed above a 2 as well. Yeah, this is wild. Imagine they deliver this all the way down to sell side now. Crazy. I haven't seen the market behave like this in a long time. LMAO, that would have been another entry for a short. Where did you guys see an entry for a short? I didn't see any short entries. Since we're barcoding on a 5-minute, since when does barcoding on a 5-minute mean short entry? So we did close above a 5-minute IFEG here, but then we closed, oh wait. Yeah, we closed above it, then we closed below it. Now we're closing above it again, forming an OB. Craziness. Yeah, guys, I can't take this. It's too manipulated. Like, the fact that we close above a 5-minute, then we close below it, then we close above it. Yes, there's a 5-minute order block here. I get that, but I don't like this PA. Even if this works, guys, I'm happy not to take this on a cash account. I do not want to risk real money right now. This market is acting weird. And then, like, I mean, technically this is a long, guys, but I just can't take it. I'm sorry. I'd rather wait for price action to be really good than take this nonsense. Is anybody in a trade right now? Or are you all just waiting patiently like good traders? Guys, in the meantime, I just posted this, well, it's been a while, but not a while. It's been a few hours. But I just posted a short. Make sure you guys go watch that. If you subscribe, it should be under your shorts feed. If you watch it twice and you like and comment and stuff, it will help push it to more people. I'd appreciate it. Whoops. Okay, so there's the new week opening gap. You guys can see, I explained to you guys that that's a magnet for price. Again, the price action has just behaved very badly. I don't like what I'm seeing, so I'd rather sit out. But what's likely to happen now, if I had to gun to my head, we're going to these three buy sides right here. Right, this is the hourly chart. So all of the people that are short the market right now have their stops above these highs. So the algorithm is likely to drive price there. I wish it would have taken sell side. Unfortunately, all it needed was this sell side to drive higher, but it is what it is. Eventually, these will get hit right here, but it's just a matter of when. We don't know when it's going to happen, but it will happen eventually. Pepe it up. First time catching your stream. I was wondering if you prefer shorts or by what criteria you're choosing your trades. So there are so many things, Pepe. I wish I could explain it to you in one brief paragraph, but no. To be fair, I mostly look for longs. The market moves up 75% of the time. So 3 out of 4 days, the market is moving higher. So it's much more likely that the market moves up. However, I was bullish today, but what I wanted to see was a sweep of perfect equal lows to then get the move higher. Now today it didn't need it. It just took this liquidity right here and then went higher. But I was looking for the market to go down before looking for a long. So I hope that makes sense. But if you guys are getting new to this, the concepts I trade are called ICT concepts. And basically, I'm looking for a fair value gap. I'm looking for liquidity to get swept. I'm looking for an inverse, and then looking for a setup. So in this case, I mean, I'm looking for buy side here, so I'm not looking for a short. But I wish I could explain it to you in a few sentences, Pepe. But you'd have to watch for quite a while to understand what the setup is that I take. But I trade futures, so you're looking at NQ right now, which is the NASDAQ futures. It's kind of like QQQ. It's basically the same thing, but the futures version. But primarily, I look for longs, guys. Sometimes I do short, like today. I didn't take any shorts on a cash account, but I did on paper. So I wouldn't be surprised if this works. We're very close to buy side. We have equal lows here. We're in a new week opening gap. So let's say we come up and we come very close to this buy side, but we miss it, and we get a big down close candle. That wouldn't be a bad short. This is pretty good RR. I would consider this on a cash account, but we'll see how it plays out. I'll look into it later. I used Fibonacci, Ichimoku, and trend lines. Of course, Pepe it up. Bro, I've been trading for so long, I have used everything you can think of. I've used RSI, MACD, Ichimoku clouds, Fibonacci retracements, buy and sell indicators. I am telling you guys, there is nothing that you need. None of those things are accurate. I used moving average crossovers, anything you can think of. All that you need is liquidity and fair value gaps. If you can just have a line in a box on your charts, I promise you, you will be more profitable. Far more profitable. The only time I will ever use RSI and MACD is for long-term stocks on high time frame charts, like the weekly, the monthly, even the yearly chart sometimes. That's the only time I even consider RSI. But I do use Fibonacci's. Fibonacci's are important. That's for sure. But man, if I could do one thing to myself as a new trader, I would shake myself by the shoulders and say, stop using indicators. They suck. That's the one thing if I could say to myself. It'd be stop using indicators and start using fair value gaps and liquidity. Gear Grind, good morning, bro. Welcome to the chat. Did you take anything today, Gear Grind? Long US 30. Yeah, for those of you guys who don't know, Gear Grind, who's in the chat right now, he's in South Africa, and I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong, Gear Grind, but you can't trade NQ in South Africa, right? And that's why you use US 30. So I think this buy side is coming next, guys, but let's say we come super close to it and we get a huge rejection candle. I think a short would be nice. I think a short would be good. But we'll see what happens here. Yeah. I still really want the sell side, guys. I really do. I'm really debating whether or not this short is going to be good. We have a 2-minute fair value gap here as well. We have a bullish 3. And we're so bullish on the day that I don't know if it's the best thing to take, to be honest. Do, 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 do. In theory, this 1-minute fair value gap should be what delivers us up to buy side. Again, we have lots of buy set up here. We're about to enter another macro time. For those of you who don't have the macro times, type this in onto TradingView. ICT macros by Cognito. Take a screenshot. But these macro times are where price normally delivers. So I told you that the markets are run on an algorithm, whether you want to believe that or not. These times are typically when the price moves the most. So you can see in this macro time, we delivered higher. This macro time, we kind of chopped around, but there was a lot of movement. And it actually created the fair value gap that ended up inversing to the upside. So we'll see what happens in this macro too. But I'm telling you guys, patience is key. I literally went all day without taking a setup on any cash accounts. And I'm just sitting and waiting for a trade. You guys might join live streams where people are trading and taking a bunch of trades every single day. I'm telling you right now, the odds of those people being profitable are slim to none. Profitable traders typically take 1 or 2 trades max a day, if even that. I mean, some days I don't even take a single trade. So I know you guys see these executions on the screen. These are paper trades, and they're completely nonsense. There's no setups here. I told you guys when I took them that I'm not taking this on a cash account. The only trade that I was looking for today was a sweep of sell side liquidity, sweep the perfect equal lows, enter the 5-minute fair value gap, inverse to go to the upside, and we didn't get it. And that happens. It's part of trading. Wow, big push there. So guys, I would not be surprised to see a short setup form somewhere here. Yes, I want all this buy side to hit, of course. Looking at the daily chart, we also have this daily fair value gap here and buy side liquidity. Let me move the executions off of here. It's kind of pissing me off. So these should hit, but there is a small chance that we get a nice short. We got the setup you were looking for on US 30. Really, did it dump to sell side here? Did it dump to this wick? ES didn't do it either. Wow, that is so beautiful. I'm happy you guys got that on US 30. Unfortunately, I didn't, but... So we also have now this set of fair value gaps here. So let's say we sweep this buy side and get a huge dump, guys. I would not mind trying this on a cash account. Let's see what happens here, but I would not be surprised if we get a short setup. So we swept the first set of buy side right up here, and we're at the top of the new week opening gap. So the market likes to do this, guys, is sometimes it will deliver price back down. We also have this 4-hour fair value gap that needs to be rebalanced. That lines up perfectly with that sell side liquidity that I'm looking for. So we'll see what happens here. And again, guys, I will tell you when I take my one trade. And if I lose the trade, I lose it. If I win it, I win it. Look at the RR on this trade. This is a 13-to-1 RR, pretty much. I don't know why the P&L is changing. Hold on. Yeah, this is like a 14. Why is it saying open P&L? Am I losing my mind here, guys? Oh, sorry. I'm looking at the wrong thing. It's a 6-to-1 risk to reward. Sorry, guys. I woke up really early this morning. So basically, if I took this trade, I could lose 6 times and I could still be break even. Right? Because I'm risking $1 to make 6, essentially, here. $1 risk, $6 reward. So what I think is going to happen here, guys, probably is buy side will hit. And we'll see what happens after that. After major buy side hits, again, we are very bullish today. I mean, look at the delivery on the 30-minute. We're pushing higher. We've been pushing higher all since yesterday. London and Asia pushed. Very likely we're going up here. But if we miraculously get the short, I will be looking to try it. Especially if this buy side hits and then we get some kind of a movement here. So if the market is going to reject, guys, I want to see it somewhere in this general range between right where we are right now and right up here. But we'll see. We will see. Okay, guys, so if this buy side gets swept first, I'll try this with 2 NQ. If it gets swept, if this just immediately closes down here, I'll try it with 1. Because if this buy side gets swept, I'll have a lot more confidence that we won't go much higher than this. But again, guys, I need to see a body close below both these fair value gaps. The 3 looks really nice too, but I'd want to wait for the 1 as well. Guys, how many... Okay, so I see here that there's 10 people in this chat. Okay? I am going to go on a limb and say that some of you guys are bots. If you are a human being, don't play around. If you're a human being, type 1 in the chat. Don't type 2, don't type nonsense, just type 1. Zach Brooks is a 1. I know Zach is real. I know Pepe It Up is real. I know Javier is real. I know Gear Grind is real. Senobird is real. I think YouTube official clips is probably real. All right, so there's only 2 humans in here, it sounds like, so far. Guys, make sure you like the stream, too. If you care, Ryan says it 1. Okay, perfect. By the way, Ryan, welcome. I don't know if I've seen you before. But I hope you guys are learning stuff from this. If you guys don't trade ICT, I hope this makes sense to you, the concepts I'm teaching. It does take a lot of screen time to know which ones are best to take. But I hope you guys are learning something from it. And I hope basically the main thing I want to teach here is discipline. Like, I don't know if you guys have been watching the whole time, but I've explained to you I haven't taken a single trade on a live account because there has been no real optimal setups for me. I wait for my model to play out, and that's it. If I don't get it, I don't get it. Peep It Up is live too. Guys, make sure if you're watching this, make sure that you're live. Because I'm noticing some of you are typing pretty late. I don't know if that's because you're watching a delayed video, but on YouTube, in the left corner, you should see like a live button. And if it's gray, it means you're not live. Make sure you click it so that you're hearing me in real time. Because YouTube is already delayed by a few minutes, I think. I put it on ultra low latency, so it should be the most immediate feedback you can get. But yeah. Make sure you're as live to get it as updated as possible. So guys, if we get the 3 minute to close below here, you guys can see the 3 minute fair value gap right here, right? This is the 3 minute. If the 3 minute closes below and the 1 minute closes below at the same time, I'll take this short with a 1 NQ. But if we get a sweep of this first and then we get the dump, I'll take it with 2. And that'll be my 1 trade for the day on a cash account. And I will tell you guys, I am going against the trend if I take this short, if we get it. But sometimes you have to do that. It's not advisable, but sometimes it's too good to ignore. How's Bitcoin doing? Wow, Bitcoin's at 103 again. Whoops. So hopefully this is not a buy-side liquidity rate and a dump here. We'll see, but... Holy shit, my Nike position's going crazy. Oh, I feel so good. Oh, come on, markets, let's do something. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, I like this candle. So guys, if we get a 3-minute and a 1-minute close below this fair value gap, that will be my one trade of the day. Because we did not sweep this buy side, I will not be taking it with 2 NQ. I'll be taking it with 1. It's a risky trade, but it's worth it to me. We're in a macro time, swept buy side, so I think it's worth it at minimum to come down and take out this low. My guess is it's going to be a break-even trade if we sweep this low. My stop will go to break even. But we'll see what happens here. So I want to see it close on the 1 and the 3. So the 3-minute close candle closes at 11:51, which is in 2 minutes. And then the 1-minute candle obviously closes every minute. So I need to see both of them close. So I want to see the 3-minute IFEG close below, and then I want to see the 1-minute close below. AMD pushing nicely too. I love to see this. This is also something that we added for a long-term position, guys, right in this fair value gap. We've been adding throughout this leg of down price, but I added quite a big position at 116, and I said my last add would be at 111. I had an alert there for when it happened, but it never did. Maybe it happens still, but AMD is a long-term position I'm looking to add, and that was all called in the Discord, obviously. Also, another opportunity, guys, if we get this, I will take it as well. So this will give me an opportunity for a better entry. Let's say we just do this random thing here. We kind of consolidate, and then we get this random big push up and an immediate close down. That is where I will enter another short. I think that'll be even better, honestly, if we get something like this. But we'll be patient and see. This I'll trade with 2 NQs. If we get it now and we dump below, I'll trade it with 1 because I'll be less confident on this trade. And it'll be my one trade for the day, whichever one of these happens. If we get this close like this, stop to break even both times regardless at this low right here. And I will aim for the sell side below us, down here. So one of these two models I'm looking to play out here. Give me 1 second, guys. I think my dog is scratching at the door. 1 second. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come here. Come on, Lou. Come on. Come on. Come on. All right. What is N phase doing right now? Give me 1 second, guys. So we're in the 1150 macro now. What's probably going to happen again, price is going to deliver to our final buy side or secondary to final buy side, which comes from this high right here. So we'll see if we get it here. Damn, this is moving so slow. And what's crazy, guys, is that a lot of people love to glorify trading and make it seem like the coolest thing ever. I am telling you guys, real traders literally sit and do nothing. It's the most boring thing in the world. And I've told you guys many times on the stream, my job is not to entertain here. My job is to take A+ setups. And if that means sitting at the screen, so be it. I'm not here to sugarcoat and make trading seem like it's something it's not. And that's a tough pill for a lot of people to swallow. But that is trading for you. At least profitable trading. You can make trading exciting, don't get me wrong. If you want to take a bunch of trades and lose, then for sure. That's called gambling. It's not called trading. You guys see how I know? I already anticipate visually what I expect to happen. And if it doesn't happen, I don't take the trade. I hope you guys understand that. My draw on liquidity right now is a retracement. Even though we're bullish, I would love to see a retracement on the day. And my draw on liquidity is these perfect equal lows. So what I'm hoping here is there's an inducement candle, like a big green candle that makes a lot of traders say, oh, okay, this is definitely going to buy side. Then we get an inverse, and I look for the short. Let me see something quick. One of my friends is tweaking at me about Palantir. What's Palantir doing today? Hold on 1 second, guys. I just want to check it. Okay, let's see. Moment of truth. Let's see if we get it here. What I'll probably do, guys, is I'll stay on until give or take 12:30. And if we don't get a setup by then I will log off and I will call it in the Discord if and when we get it. But in theory, this should happen within this macro time. If it's going to happen today. Come on. 10 more minutes of this macro. So let's see what happens in the next 10 minutes. Okay, hopefully we get a nice bullish candle here. I want to see a nice inducement candle. This is what I would love to see. So kind of like what I'm showing here. If we get it, we get it. If we don't, we don't. Again, guys, I'm not seeing any IFEGs form here. I need to see a fair value gap. If I don't see the fair value gap, then there's no trade. And that means that we have been sitting at the charts and we're not going to take a trade. But we'll see. Hopefully we get it. Again, guys, I am not expecting anything of this market. I am making a prediction as to what I believe will happen. But if I don't see the model present itself, there is no trade. I really like this 3-minute as well that's forming here. But let's see if we get something on the 1-minute too. So this 3-minute candle closes at 06. So we got basically 15 seconds, 20 seconds till this candle close. If we get a big down close candle here, so let's say it holds like this, right? And we finally get a close below on the 3-minute, that will be my entry for the trade. I'll probably take a partial at this low right here. And then I'll hold the rest, maybe take a partial here, and then down here to sell side would be my final TP. So right now the trade is, I'm basically looking at the 3-minute chart. That's the best fair value gap I see so far. But who knows if I get it, guys. Again, the main draw right now looks like this buy side, so I would not be surprised if this hits. Maybe we can get it after this buy side hits. We'll see. Let's see. We might get it here, guys. Okay, no. There's no short yet. No short. Nothing has closed below. What would be really, really nice, guys, if this buy side gets swept, then we get the short. That would be A+. But we'll see what happens. You guys see my dog in the background there? Let me let her out. Hold on. Go, Lulu. Come on. Oh, what a day. And now she's scratching to come back in. Hey. Oh, hold on. What a lame day of price action. I mean, it's great if you're on the upside, right? But I didn't get any entries, so. $12.30, guys. I'm off the charts. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay. Let's see if the 3-minute closes below here, guys. We got a minute left. No, we got 5 seconds left. I don't know if I'm going to get the entry. Hopefully we get the entry. Now we got to wait another 3 minutes for the candle close. God damn. Let me look at the 5-minute. 5-minute looks good too. So the 3-minute and the 5-minute fair value gap both are, the low is at this candle's high. So I would want to see a 3 and a 5 close here. Which happens in 3 minutes. This will be my one trade of the day, guys, if we get it. Two minutes left. 2 minutes left. Wow, this looks so good. But I have to be patient, guys, and wait for the close. Let's see if we get our trade for the day. Come on. It's not going to give me my entry, guys. Okay, less than a minute left. God damn it. All right, I'm going to do this with one contract because of how low it went from there. Stop loss is going to be a hard stop right here. I'll move my stop to break even when this low hits right here if it does. This is delivering from buy-side liquidity on the hourly and the 4-hour chart. Right here. This is a gamble, guys. I mean, it's not a gamble, but it's a higher risk trade because of the fact that... Why do I have all these stop loss and TPs here? Because we do have more obvious buy side above, but I'm willing to take the risk. And this is my one trade of the day. Stop to break even when this low hits right here. And I'm doing it with one contract because we have buy side above and we closed really far below the IFEG. If we would have closed like up here, I would have taken it with two contracts, but I'm taking it with one because of how low this entry was. And again, very risky because we are very bullish on the day, but this is my one trade. I want to be done. Just moving my stop here on my actual cash account. If this low gets swept right here, guys, I'm moving my stop to break even. And again, the stop is going to be a hard stop for me at this candle's high. The real stop, or if the 5-minute closes above first, then I'll stop it early, but we'll see what happens here. And I'm only taking this with one NQ. So whichever comes first. If the 5-minute closes above, I'm out of the trade. Or if I get a hard stop, I'm out of the trade. Either one. And when this... Let me delete this off my charts. When this internal low gets swept, I will move my stop to break even. If and when it does. So basically what I'm looking for here, again, I don't want to see the 5-minute close above, but I'm allowing for the trade to enter into this fair value gap right here. Right? That would be the entry right there on that tick. So if you wanted to short from there, you could. That's like the 2022 model entry. But I'd love to see this low get swept and then this low. Correct, Zach. If it takes off of the downside, it could deliver to sell side, but For me, because of how bullish we are on the day, I'm not taking any risks. Once this low gets swept, I will move my stop to break even. And if it wins, it wins. If it loses, it loses. Or if it stops me at break even, it stops me at break even. Or if we're just super bullish today and we want to go to this buy side, it's just going to smoke me. So that's why I have a hard stop. And why I'm only taking one NQ. What I'm thinking here is that this low will get hit because there is a lot of stops below this low. And I'm debating whether that will be where I take my partial, but we'll see. Again, I could be wrong and we just completely smoke all the sell side or all the buy side here, but this is my risk for the trade. So we need to see the market reject from this fair value gap or maybe this tiny 1 minute here. We'll see, but the reason I'm taking one, again, guys, is because we do have obvious buy set up here, and we could come up and sweep this, so it's a hard stop. And the 3 and the 5 minute both close below here. So I'm hoping that now we're trading into this 5 to reject. But if we inverse this 5, we're probably going to go all the way back up to buy side here. So low risk trade in the sense of RR. High risk trade because it's a buy model day and we have obvious buy side liquidity above. Seems like basic knowledge, but why didn't you enter a limit order below your fair value gap? Because I was waiting for the close. Sometimes the market will wick down and then maybe it fills your order, but then it closes back up, so it's not a confirmed entry. I have to see the body of the candle close. So I had to wait for the 5 minute candle to close. If I limit ordered and it filled me and then it immediately wicked up, then the trade wouldn't be valid, if that makes sense. So I really want to see clean downwards delivery now. I really don't want to see it push much higher than this, to be honest, but we'll see. And again, my stop to break even on this trade will be when this low gets swept, if I am lucky enough to get it swept. If we get a straight down move here, guys, when this low gets swept, I'm going to move my stop to break even here. So pay attention to, if we get one candle that closes like this, I'm moving my stop. Because if the market is bearish here, we should just completely dump. We should not take this low and move higher. So I'm going to manage my risk here on this position. And again, guys, this is my one trade for the day. If I get stopped at break even or for a loss, I'm done. No more trading. So again, when this low gets swept, I'm moving my stop to break even. Do, 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 do. Come on, market, let's dump. Give us the win, or give us the break even. Nothing feels better, guys, than moving a stop to break even, in my opinion. Of everything in the market, nothing is better than moving your stop to break even. And this is another thing, guys. So most people, if they were patient enough to wait like me today, and they get stopped out on a trade, they will lose their minds. Because they're going to think, I put all this time and effort into waiting for a trade, and it didn't go in my favor, and I lost money. And that, right there, that is what sparks that emotional tilt trading in most people. Right now, I already recognize that that would be my old self. Okay? Years ago, when I started trading, that was what I would do. I would lose a trade after waiting a long time, and I'd go on complete tilt. Now, it's one and done. I don't care how long I wait for a trade. If it loses, I'm done. That's it. And you guys, if you can just adopt that mentality, I promise you'll be more profitable. Sometimes you wait hours for a trade. Sometimes the trade setup forms within a few minutes. So, again, we'll see what happens here. But you will see, as soon as I'm done here, that's it. No more trading. As soon as this trade executes, whether it wins or loses. It's all a numbers game. So whichever comes first, guys. If this low gets swept, stop to break even. If we get a 5-minute close above the fair value gap, the inverse, I will stop out the trade for a loss. And if it's super bullish here, then we're going to completely react out of this 5, and I'm going to get a hard stop at this high. So we'll see what happens. Again, guys, if this low gets swept right here, I'm moving my stop to break even. Do. Right here, guys, this low, when this gets swept, if we are truly bearish from here, at least for an intraday sell model, we should just cleanly deliver. I don't want to see it trade back. So this is where my stop goes to break even. Personally. Again, it hasn't happened yet, so I'm just waiting. I'm just getting ready. My hand is still on the mouse. I haven't released the trigger on it. Come on, market. Just do your thing. Go up or go down. Let's go. Been on the charts for way too long. We need to see a trade happen here. I don't care if it stops me out. I don't care if it goes to my to my take profit. I just want the market to move. One of the bots in here is the market maker toying with us. I wouldn't be surprised, bro. Wouldn't be surprised. Again, guys, I want this low to get swept, and once it does, my stop is moved to break even, and then it is a free trade. I don't care what happens after that. I can get stopped at break even. I could care less. This is how real trading is done. You guys just have to be smart and move your stops to break even when the time comes, and then let the numbers play out. Let the market play out. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. One trade and done. That's it. Guys, this has been the most patient, boring day I think I've seen in a very long time. And it's probably because it's just a buy day, trend day up, but... my goodness. This needs to do what it needs to do. Come on, just deliver the candle down. Or deliver it up. Let's go. Come on. Alright guys, I'm gonna... No, let's wait. Hold on. I thought it swept, but it didn't. When the... Just in case there's a stop out candle for me, I'm gonna move my stop here. So it's gonna be a tiny loss if we sweep the low, or it's gonna be a huge win. We'll see. So I'm not going to move my stop to break even. I'm going to move it right up here at 22,071.50. Right above this little wick right here. If and when we get the sell side sweep. Almost there. Oh my goodness. Come on, just go. Hold on one second, guys. Let me just label this high here. Okay, so remember what I said. 5-minute close above here is my stop. Or the hard stop at this high. So maybe what can happen here is we come up and sweep this high and then we dump. I don't know. Don't know. Don't know. But I do like the fact that we're coming up a bunch of times, because basically what will happen here, if the market starts to collapse, it's already traded up a bunch of times, so it won't need to come back to this area to rebalance price. If we're bearish and we get a big dump here, I think it'll be a lot more convincing that we'll move down quite largely. Again, guys, when this low gets swept, my stop goes to break even. And you see how I'm changing my mind? Well, I wouldn't say changing my mind, but initially I said this low, but now that this low has formed, I changed my thesis as to where my stop to break even will go. Oh my god, this is like, it's painful. It's literally painful to watch. Okay. Hopefully it happens here. Do 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 do. Okay, guys, I think it might happen here. I'm gonna move my stop above this high. This line that I have here. Once the low gets swept, if it does. So it'll be what, like a $70 loss to potentially make a few hundred? 500, 600, 700, whatever it'll be. I don't know. Come on, market, just go. Just go already. You guys see how like it's I'm not anxious about the trade at all. I just want it to go. I just need the movement. That's it. That's all I need. Like, I'm not anxious about losing money. I'm not anxious about moving my stop immediately. I just want to see this low get swept and then just move my stop so we can just be done. Okay, guys, my stop is right here, and I'm leaving it there. I will consider a partial here. We'll see how the market delivers once these areas get swept, if they do. This is basically a free trade for me now. What, if I lose 70 bucks? Big whoop. If my full TP hits, it'll be, I don't even know how much that's going to be. Let's see. $1,800. If you guys had 2 contracts here, I would take a partial at this low. I might even do that just to be done, but we'll see. Because now, even if I move my stop here, I mean, my take profit here, that's a, oh, I'm risking, what is that? be $100 to make 500. So we shall see, guys. If I get stopped out, I get stopped out. Do 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 do. All right, guys. It looks like I'm gonna get stopped out of the trade for a small loss. We'll see, though. If this low gets swept, guys, I'm for sure moving my stop to break even. Alright, stop is at break even. It's a free trade now. Whatever happens, happens. Can't lose money. I can only make money. And I'm just going to take it here because I'd rather just let this deliver. So you guys can watch a successful trade potentially, and we'll be done. By the way, on my cash account, I have 2 contracts here. So I'm going to take a partial at this low on my cash accounts, and I'm going to leave the runner all the way down to sell side. What a day. So such a relief to have a break-even stop, and now whatever happens, happens. Doesn't matter to me anymore. What was this fair value gap that I drew out here? Was it a 3-minute candle? So we have a bullish 3-minute gap, guys. In theory, you should take a partial here because if we're bullish, we're going to react out of this. But if we're bearish, this is going to deliver us down to sell side. So up to you guys. If you want to take a partial here, you can. Did we just make more equal lows here? Wow, we just made more equal lows. My goodness. So I'm hoping that these will not be left for like later in the week and that they just deliver it down here. I'm really praying that that's the case, but again, guys, it's a free trade. What happens from here, I don't care anymore. It's house money. Where else can you gamble and basically have house money and have a guaranteed odds of success? Like there's nothing apart from trading that can do that for you. Up 230 on the trade. On my cash account, I'm up 460, give or take. And again, guys, I'm taking a partial at this low if I get it, and I'm leaving the runners all the way down to sell side liquidity. Who's in this? Did anyone take this trade with me, or are you all just watching? Are you all too scared to take it? Oh, did anybody take that trade? Tell me somebody took that trade with me. Zach's in. Let's go. But Zach, you already passed your account today. What do you need to be taking a trade for? Or was this another eval or something? In a second eval with 2 NQ. Wild. Smart. Retrace is good. I would take a partial here, Zach, if I were you, and then leave the runner the same way that I'm doing. Taking a partial at this low, and I'm leaving my runner to sell side. Up 820. Wow, so you got a better entry than me. You're probably up here. And guys, I think this is going much lower than this, but I am booking my profits here just to show you guys how a win is done. Especially if you have one contract, you should be taking your wins at obvious sell side, or you should be moving your stop loss down, whatever you prefer. And you know what? I'm actually going to take the profits at this low right here. Because if we are truly bullish here, we might reject from this low right here. So we'll see. So I'm going to book this for 445. I'm going to move my stop on my other account here. Just in case we have a bullish reaction from this candle's wick, I'm going to take my partial here. No, don't tell me it's going to miss my TP. Did you see that, guys? It missed my TP by a tick. Well, hopefully I don't get stopped out for break even here. Best trades are the most uncomfortable ones. Damn. Tristan, what's up, bro? Yeah, I've been growing. I'm surprised how fast it's growing. Guys, at the beginning of this year, I was at 297 subs. And in just less than a month, I'm almost at 1,000, which is pretty wild. So there is a chance here, guys, that this... there is a chance that we're leaving this low and we're just going to go up from here. Let me go to my orders here and change this then. Sell limit. How do I edit this trade? So I'm going to move my stop above this order block right here. Just so that I can book some profits on the trade. I'm doing the same thing on my cash account. Because there is a small chance that they're leaving this low and they're just going to push the market from here. So I'm fully prepared for that. I'm not going to lose all my money just because of something like that. So basically at the order blocks, the body of this candle is the 1 minute OB. So I want to see that be the... this should be the final rejection spot if it's going to be bearish here. Javier says he's out 700 profit. Good job, bro. All right, guys. So that was a stop out for about $100 profit. If this goes without me, fine. I could care less now, but yeah, we'll see what happens. Because I've seen this type of day where we're super bullish and then we almost come down to sell side and then we reverse and go back up. So I'm protecting myself. Javier says I'm out 700. There was a 5-minute FVG that was respected. Yeah, and there was a 3-minute as well, I believe. No, we didn't even trade into the 5-minute, Javier. You guys see that? The 5-minute fair value gap is right here. We never even traded into it. So that is not true, but close. I still think this will probably go lower, but again, guys, I'm protecting myself, so... All right, guys, I think that's it for me. Let's just, I guess we'll just look at these next few candles to see if we dump here. I still have one contract on my cash account. I did get stopped out on one of them, but my other one was at break even, so Hopefully we still get a delivery down here. And then what I'll do is if we get a sweep of this low, I will move my stop to the body of this candle's wick. So the body of this candle, which is right here. You guys see my dog there in the background? So one of the two things is going to happen here, guys. Either A, we're going to get stopped for break even on the remainder of our position, or this is going to just collapse here and we're going to get RTP. So we'll see. And are we going to get stopped here? Hold on, Luli. Hold on. I'm almost done here. Hold on. So if the market's going to dump here, guys, this should be where it stops from. This order block. Don't want to see it go higher than this. There is a small chance that we come back up, sweep this high, trade into the 5-minute again up here, and then dump. But one of those two things will probably happen. Or this is the low and we're going up to buy side. But you guys see how my model, I don't have to know what's going to happen. I know when to move my stop to break even. I know when to take profits. And sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. But you have to have patience. So my stop is here on my cash account. Again, I've booked one. Imagine if this high doesn't get swept. That'll be wild. What's up, Fears? Good, bro. We're in a short right now. I did get stopped on this account, on the paper that I was showing you guys, but I have it on my cash account still. We entered this 5-minute IFEG. After sweeping buy side, we entered on the retracement. So we'll see if we get stopped. I did take a partial at the bottom of this new week opening gap right before the sell side liquidity got swept in case we were bullish. And the final contract is probably about to get stopped out right here on this wick. So we'll see. Though, guys, I still do think this could be the potential start of a intraday sell model. But I'm protecting myself because we are super bullish on the day. We have obvious buy side above, so... You take any trades today, Fears? Guys, also, if you're in the stream, make sure you like the video. It helps other people see it. Let's go. You're looking good, man. Setup and everything looks amazing. Been keeping up with everything you're posting in Discord. I'm loving it. Thank you, Fears. I appreciate that, bro. Yeah, we're running a free it's a tongue twister, a free 3-day trial right now. The link should be at the top of this chat. But if you guys don't join the Discord, you can follow me on X. I post there quite a bit as well. And I give some insights onto some of the stocks that I'm adding for the long term. But in the Discord, we have all my swing trades, long-term ads, day trade alerts, option selling plays, pretty much everything. So would love to see you guys there if you're interested. So, guys, my stop was at this Wix high for the final contract. So there is a small chance that this is the rejection, but let's see. Not a small chance, a decent chance actually, but the beautiful part about the IFEG setup, guys, is that there is a set stop. Normally you get a pretty good entry. And yeah, so So I'd love to see this low get swept. If this low gets swept now, guys, I am moving my stop to break even in my cash account. Again, not financial advice. You do you. This is an educational Discord. But if this 5-minute gets tapped into, so there's a 5-minute fair value gap right here. This is where I would book partials in case we're gonna bounce out of it. If this 5-minute closes below, guys, we're going all the way down to sell side. I could say it with a high degree of certainty. So if this 5-minute closes below on the 5-minute chart, I think that'll be a great short. Maybe I would wait for the 15-minute actually. Never mind, guys. Wait for the 15-minute to close below here and then look for some kind of a short, a 1-minute short or a 2 or a 3-minute short. But if I see anything, obviously I'll call it in the Discord. If you guys are new to the Discord, all of my live alerts are called in the live alert section. So if I see anything after I get off the live stream, I'll call it there. Wow, I went way past what I said, guys. I said I'd be on until 12:30. So I'm going to stay on until one of two things happens. Either if this high gets hit or this low gets hit. I'll stay on until one of those two hits. Do. So I want to see now this 1-minute fair value gap get disrespected to the downside. That's what I'm hoping for here. If we can close below, you guys can honestly try a short from there. I don't think that's bad. But my guess is that if we close below this 1-minute, we're going to immediately dump. So you might not even get an entry, but we'll see. I'd like to see this act as a bearish PD rate to drive us lower. But if not, we will get stopped out on the other contract, which is fine for a break even. Oh. Let's see. Fears, if you're still in here, did you take a trade today or no? I don't know if you said that already. No, he didn't yet. Come on, market. Let's do what we need to do here. Sweep the low. Okay, so pay attention to this 1 minute fair value gap, guys. This is the bullish PD array that's holding up price right now. If we can close below it, we should dump quite a bit. Gear Grind says it's coming. I think so too, but we'll see. At minimum, I'd love to see a retracement of this leg. So if you guys are, whoever was in here that said they used Fibonacci's, this sell side liquidity and this 15-minute fair value gap, you can see that the 50% level comes right here. So at minimum, I would expect this to hit. Because the algorithms like to deliver at minimum to 50% retracements. But ideally, I'd love to see sell side get swept. So this could just be a slow grind down. I'm not sure, but we'll see. Okay, nice push down so far. Very nice. Let's see if the candle closes below, though. Okay, so no close below yet. Not yet, Gear Grind. The macro starts at 1310. You guys can see them highlighted in yellow here. So I've said this already, but there is a chance that we come back and retest this 5-minute gap and go lower. I don't think we will, but it's possible. But that was a promising candle. I like how it looked like it was going to close green, and it kind of like induced traders long, and now it's potentially wicking, so we'll see. Again, guys, my stop is at this high right here. That's close to where my entry is. So if I lose, it'll be a tiny loss for a pretty big win. If you guys want, you can take a partial at this 50% level. I have already taken a partial down here, so I'm going to let this run and hopefully all the way down to sell side. But for sure, if you're in this trade, guys, and this 50% gets hit, I would definitely move your stop to break even. And just let the trade go, or take a partial, obviously, whatever you prefer. The 20 o'clock drop. 20 o'clock, guys, 20 o'clock. I don't know what the 20 o'clock equates to for us, but for Gear Grind, that's 8 p.m., right? So for him, the market opens at like, what, 2:30 or 4 or something? I can't remember. Or the New York session, I mean. So guys, as soon as one of these hits, 16:30 market open. So 3.5 hours later. So for us, if we open at 9:30, it's 12:30 drop. Or 1300 drop. Yeah, around the 1310 macro, normally we get a drop. So, I mean, not normally a drop, but if the market is potentially bearish, we get a drop. Hold on, Lou. Hold on. And I'm going to guess, guys, if this low gets swept, we might have a pretty big dump here. We'll see, though. Yeah, looking good, looking good. Oh, I didn't even see that. Fear said, I've not taken any trades today, but I'm thinking about also entering this short. We had a lot of buy side. Yeah, we swept a lot of buy side already. I'm just a little nervous of this internal high right here. But I've seen a lot of the times, especially with this type of area we're at in the market, we can get some really big retracements before hitting buy side. So that's why I am betting on a potential drop here. Because we swept most buy side and we have one left. So I would not be surprised to see that get swept. But pay attention to what happens here, guys. If we consolidate, we might have a big dump. I'm not sure, but we'll see. Again, guys, I am in from up here, so I could care less, right? Come on, just sweep the low so I can get off the charts. Yeah, thank you, Fears. I agree with you, bro. We have the same exact thesis here. Come on, take out the low. I have a strange feeling that we're going to see big red candles here. Again, I don't know for sure, obviously, but I have a feeling. I've seen that happen before. Come on, just take the low already. Jeez. Woo! Hold on. Take the low. Naughty, naughty markets. Naughty markets they are. Very naughty. Come on, just take the lows. I hate when it just doesn't move, you know? Like, I'd rather just see... I don't care if the market pumps against me. I don't care. I just want to see the market move. Yeah, let it melt. Straight to HELL. We don't want to say that word, right? It's bad karma for the stocks. Come on. Oh my goodness. Slow, slow, slow. Oh, wait. Did we form equal highs here? No, we didn't. We missed them by a tick. Alright, guys. If the dump's going to happen, it's going to happen any second now. Any minute now, I mean. You can see this trend line that's kind of forming here. I think this is being generated to stop out traders who are short, but... Again, it's all a thesis. I'm just looking to see if equal highs form anywhere.
Oh yeah, it's afternoon for your gear grind, so you get to chill after this. I gotta make videos, I gotta edit, gotta do live callouts in the Discord if we get something. Gotta do some real estate after this too. Gotta go to the gym, gotta make lunch. We got a lot to do today. So I'd rather this market just move in one direction or the other. My goodness. I think it's kind of nice, gear grind. Is that you basically get the majority of your day to do stuff, then the market starts trading in the evenings, and then you take one trade, two trades max, and then be done. And you have the rest of the day just to kind of chill. Yeah, gear grind has a good time zone wise if you're trading New York session for sure. That was exactly kind of, well, it was a little bit different for me in Thailand. If you guys didn't know, I was in Thailand for like 3 months before this. And the markets opened at 8 p.m. if I remember correctly. Okay, very nice woman at IFEG here. I think this will deliver us down now. You can see that we set up some internal buy side, but this should deliver us to the sell side for sure. If the candle closes like this, which it has 30 seconds. So I was able to trade. I took 1 or 2 trades max. And then I was in bed by like 10, 11. And boom, start the next day. I have the whole day to do whatever I want to do. And then just make sure I'm at the charts by like between 6 and 8. Oh, you lived in Vietnam? That's sick. Yeah, Asian times are pretty good for trading New York session for sure. No, I don't think so, Fears. It's been consolidating for a while. I think it's either going to sweep this liquidity and immediately push higher, or it's going to just dump here. Wow, Gears Grind. So were you working in Vietnam, or what was your I think maybe you told us this. Were you like a teacher or something, or am I tripping? Is that somebody else? Maybe you told me. I don't remember. Everyone just ate lunch, so now it's time for the dump. All right, so nice, Gear Grind. Yeah, I think I remember you saying that. All right, so there's the sell side. Finally, guys, I'm booking a contract there. And then, yeah, from here, the market can do whatever it wants. I don't care. I booked my profits for the day. If we are bullish here, guys, this should react very strongly from this 50% level. But I have a feeling this is going to collapse. We finally tested the 5-minute fair value gap. And yeah, so if we're bearish here, we should completely disrespect this and just dump. And I want these equal lows. But the market should definitely move from here. We have a 15-minute gap that could potentially hold up price, but I would expect this to reject. So anyways, guys, that is going to be it for today. If I see anything else, again, if you're new to the Discord, and under the live alert sections, I will call the short if I see something. Let me just check the economic calendar quick for tomorrow. Tomorrow is the 23rd. We have unemployment claims at 8:30, so I will be looking for a data candle setup. I will be live on YouTube at 8:30 a.m. Eastern, 5:30 a.m. Pacific. So if you guys want to join tomorrow, make sure you hit subscribe and get the alert icon. There's like a bell, and that will tell you when I'm live. But yeah, I hope you guys booked some profits there. Appreciate you guys being here. Thank you, Fears, for tuning in. You're always a homie. And yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Have a good rest of your day. And Gear Grind, enjoy the Good Doctor, whatever you're